King to Rat.
I'll be teaching you guys data. So, what is data? Data is literally information that is being used and manipulated and abused by other people. And it's very useful in terms of understanding the world around us and knowing how many people have this, how many people have that, um, especially with tough times going on right now. Um, Without data, we would be unaware. So, uh, programmers use data as a way to move the player, put the player on the screen, but we can't just put data just like that. It needs to be stored into a variable. A variable is is a thing that stores data. I'm going to get into more variables as we go on, but that's basically what variables are. They just all they do is just store data. But you can't just put a variable just like that. It needs a data type. So there are different kinds of data type. There are whole number data type. There are decimals, um, characters, which is a letter or symbols, and a group of characters put together called string. So that's the different kinds of data type. So I'm going to be showing you how to implement these kind of data types. So if you want to put in, so just so you guys know, this is a comment. These two slashes are comments. Um, it does not do anything to your program. It's just more of a way to document your code, let yourself know that this block of code actually does this, this, and that. It's just more of a annotation. So the different types of data for so if you want to put in an integer, you put int or long. And the difference between these two is int is 64-bit and long is 32-bit. So if you have a 64-bit processor, you could use long or int. If you have a 32-bit processor, you only have to use long. If you want to implement a variable with that stores decimals, you could type in either double or float. And the difference between those two is just like int and long, double is 64-bit and float is 32-bit. If you want to put a character or a symbol, you put you use this data type. And then if you want to put text to the screen, you put this type. But make sure the string is capitalized. So to declare a variable, you put in a data type. Um, and there's a lot more data types other than these ones, but I'm gonna talk about it in future tutorials if I manage to do it. So if you want to put in an int variable, you put int and then you put the variable name. So let's just put int x, and that's how you declare your variable. If you want to assign it, you could put x equals 2. And that's how you assign it. There's another way to assign this. You could declare a variable and assign it right away, just like that. So we did int. Let's do long. long y equals 3. And let's do double just to declare a variable with decimals. And let's just put 1.5. So you see here, the int and long, you only have to put whole numbers. If you put a decimal, it's going to round down. The computer will round down. And double z, double and float variable, will allow you to put decimals without having the computer to round down. So you have to be careful which data type to use. Float, I just put a, and then for char, let's just put letter. And in order to assign char, you put the equal sign like the previous variables that I have showed you, but put a single quotation. And then put in whatever, just only one letter or symbol. You can't put two, it will not work. So let's just put Q. And for strings, you have to keep the S capitalized. And as you see here in IntelliJ, it has a what I call it an IntelliSense, like an automatic um, menu giving you suggestions on what keywords to use or what functions or variables that you have declared. We're just gonna use the first one. So, but if you have trouble, if you don't really remember a keyword, these suggestions will help you. String word, and let's put in king tut blah blah blah. Oh, followed by 2 exclamation points. All right, so let's see what's going on with the error. I think everything should be fine. If not, I don't know what's going on with float. All right, so if you wanted to print out any of these variable, you do the same keyword like I showed you last tutorial. So system that out dot print line, and just put X. Let's do the first one for now. And the computer is slow, it seems like. Okay, it's not slow. All right, so let's just run this program. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from double to float. I don't really know. Okay, so if you have this kind of problem, these red light bulbs are suggestions to fix this error. And if you happen to not know why you make that error, you could use, and you want to fix the error right away, these red light bulbs, if you click it, it gives you different suggestions. So to assign to float, you have to cast in a float, which is just put in parentheses and just put the float keyword on it, and then you put the value next to these two parentheses. All right, let's try this again. All right, so it printed out the value of x, and it's 2. So let's do the rest of it. Let's print out for the rest of the variables. So let's do that. So what I'm doing is Control C, Control V. It's very convenient. Control C is copy and Control V is paste. And then let's run this program. And it should print out all the variables, which it did. So it print out the values of x, values of y, the values of z, a, letter, and word. So you're going to be making use of it a lot when you're making your game, when you're making software. These are the main ones that I usually use. And like I said, we're going to get into more variables in a later tutorial. Hopefully this video is helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you really like my video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, BitChute, or BitTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you're on Vlare, please follow my channel. If you're on Library, please follow my channel and download my video. And I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Bye!